KD2VNU. Luke and Aiden are having some technical difficulties, so I will start the net for them. If there is anybody that has any priority traffic before you start the traffic tonight, please state your call and we'll let you go. This is KD2VNU. I'll be taking check-ins for Luca and Aiden until they get back on air. They're having some technical difficulties. Please give me your call signs twice and slowly. We'll get you logged in.
I'll go back on. This is Kilo 7 Victor, Juliet Oscar. Kilo 7 Victor, Juliet Oscar, Elton and Wilsonville, Oregon.
Okay, I guess I'm having a little day. Kilo 7 Victor, Juliet, what was it?
Yes, no problem. I might have just hit a bad spot there because I'm mobile. This is Kilo 7 Victor, Juliet Oscar, K7, VJO mobile.
Okay, we do get it. There, Eldon. Is there anybody else that'd like to check in?
Control here is Kilo Golf 8, Juliet Lima in Ohio.
KD2 YFO, hold on.
I had a double, we got you KD2 YFO, and there was another station that came in with KQ8U. Can you repeat your call? I got so far K7 VJO and KQ8U.
Here is Kilo Golf 8, Juliet Lima, Jason, Ohio.
Okay, we got you, Jason. Hey, Loki, you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, take it away.
Sorry about that, everyone. This is KD2 YFO, Aiden, Winnie Point, New York. Been a little bit since I've been on, but I'm back. And I'll be with you guys for a little bit here until Lucas shows up, and he'll probably take over to the last half here. Let's take some check-ins. Anyone out there looking to join us, please come now.
This is W2 KYM, Jim in Niagara Falls on TGIF. Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Mike November, K8 SMN.
Let me acknowledge we got. We have
Kilo Echo 2 Alpha Romeo Charlie, K2ARC.
Anyone else, please come now.
Kilo Echo 2 Alpha Romeo Charlie, KE2ARC.
Kilo 2 Papa November Whiskey, Kilo 2 Papa November Whiskey 36.
ELI, that's Kilo Echo 2, Echo Lima, India.
KE2ELI Jeffrey. I also have KE2ARZ Moon. I thought there was a K2PN station or something similar to that. Would that station come back, please?
Kilo 2, Papa November Whiskey. Kilo 2, Papa November Whiskey.
I have K2PNW Michael. Let me go to the top here. We have a nice long list. K7VJO. Eldon, question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you.
Well, good evening, everybody. To answer the question, we have an artificial flock Christmas tree. Here we'll do a real one, but until then, the artificial. Everyone have a wonderful night. Keep keeping this net going. Zero, back to net control.
Eldon, next up is KQ8U Bob.
Evening, Aiden, and the rest of the youth net. I have 2 artificial trees. You guys doing a great job. Everybody, good evening. KQ8U, back to net.
Thank you, Bob. Next up is KG8JL Jason. G8JL Jason, are you still with us? QKYM Jim.
Yeah, we'll say good evening, everybody. Jim here in Niagara Falls. Call W2KYM. I'm just going to sit here and listen. This is for our hams. So I'll just sit by and listen unless somebody has a question they need answered, and I might have that answer. But anyway, back to that control. W2KYM.
Thank you, Jim. Next up is K8SMN Jeff. The question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you.
Net control, this is K8SMN. Answer to tonight's question, we have an artificial tree. K8SMN, back to net.
Jeff. Next up is KE2ARZ Moon. Question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody on the net. Yeah, we got our artificial tree here. Everybody have a good evening and a good new year coming up. Back to net control, KE2ARZ.
Alright, Moon, I have you down for an artificial. Next up is K2PNW Michael.
Everybody, K2PNW. We have an artificial tree here. We just packed it away a couple of hours ago. So we have an artificial, and probably for next year too. Back to net, K2PNW.
But early to be packing away the Christmas tree, don't you think? We like to keep ours out till like halfway through January. Next up is KE2ELI Jeffrey.
KE2ELI, this is Jeff. We bounce back and forth between a real and a fake tree, but this year we went with an artificial tree, one of those frosted ones. It was pretty good. And we tend to keep our tree out till February just because a lot going on at the house. So back to you, Nat.
Thank you, Jeff. I think from Christmas Day, or not Christmas Day, from in the middle of December to Groundhog's Day is probably the appropriate amount of time to keep your Christmas tree up. Back at the bottom of my list, let's take some more check-ins. Anyone out there looking to join us, please come now as you call signs twice and slowly.
W2 TIM. Whiskey 2 Tango India Mike. Josh from Hartford, New York.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Oscar Delta Foxtrot, WB8ODF.
Alright, I have WB8ODF Dave and W2TIM Tim. Anyone else looking to join us, please come now. This is KD2YFO taking check-ins for the East Coast Reflector Ethernet. Anyone else out there looking to join us, please come now.
N2BH, N2BH. K4 VTJ, Gilbert in Orlando.
Brandon and Sandy.
W2 KJV, W2 KJV.
KB2QBQ in and out. KB2QBQ in and out.
Last station KB2, I'm sorry I forgot your call.
QBQ. KB2QBQ in and out.
Thank you, Mary. I forgot your call there for a second. I knew it was KB2Q blank Q, but I couldn't remember what the blank was. We have W2KJV Tony and N2BH Bill. And there was a few stations there that were doubling. Can they come back?
Kilo Oscar 4, Victor Tango Juliet, Gilbert in Orlando.
Alright, I have KL4 VTJ Gilbert. Anyone else looking to join this round, please come now.
Zulu Sierra 6 Zulu Yankee Mike. Zulu Sierra 6 Zulu Yankee Mike. Jan, South Africa, in and out.
Blue 6, can you come back phonetically? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Sierra, number 6, Zulu, Yankee, Mike. Zulu, Sierra, 6, Zulu, Yankee, Mexico.
Jan, ZS6ZYM. I gotcha, in and out. Thank you for stopping by. Let's go to the top of this list, W2TIM. Question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you.
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm on that W2TIM. I have 2 artificial trees. Back to you, this is W2TIM.
Right, next up is WB8ODF, Dave.
Well, good evening, everyone. That's a good question. I live in an apartment complex. I'm on the 6th floor. So they don't really allow real trees. And mine is so small that I couldn't put presents around. I had to put it around presents. So I'm going with artificial. This is Dave, WB8ODF in Ypsilanti, southeastern Michigan.
Thank you, Dave. Next up is N2BH, Bill.
Good evening, Aiden. I have an artificial tree, and it's a Grinch tree. It's a brighter green and has the bent over top and just a heart ornament. Have a good weekend, and 2BH.
Thank you, Bill. I like the idea of having a Grinch tree. Next up, we have W2KJV, Tony. Question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you, Tony.
Evening, Aiden, and everyone on the net tonight. For the longest time, we've had this short little fiber optic tree, but this year we sprung for a real big artificial tree, and it really looks good. Back to you. Happy New Year, all. 73 W2KJV.
So, Tony, everyone has answered with artificial so far. And when you said we have a real big, I was like, wow, first real tree we have? No. It was a real big artificial tree. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, Tony. Next up is KB2QBQ, Mary, who's in and out. Sorry, you're not up next, but in and out. Thank you for stopping by. Next up is KO4VTJ, Gilbert.
For everyone on the net, I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas. We have 2 artificial trees, so you can add to that artificial list.
Alright, Gilbert, I have you down for artificial, and we had ZS6ZYM, Jan, who was in and out. Thank you for stopping by. Back at the bottom of my list, this is KD2YFO, Aiden, Winnie Point, New York, taking check-ins. Anyone out there looking to join us, please come now with the call signs twice and slowly.
4 RCS, Kilo Lima 4, race car series. Q4, ORK, Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Romeo Kilo. W2BLT, W2BLT.
I have W2BLT Scott and KL4RCS Rich. There was a screen there that I didn't catch. Can they come back, please? Thank you.
KQ4, ORK, Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Romeo Kilo.
KQ4ROK Barry. Anyone else looking to join this round, please? Anyone else out there looking to join the Usenet, please come now to call signs twice and slowly. Let's go to the top church, KL4 RCS. Rich, question the evening is, do you have an artificial tree? Over to you, Rich.
Good evening from Meadow Lakes, Alaska, KL4 RCS. We're going with artificial. Thanks for doing that.
You're Rich, I have you down for artificial. Next up is KQ4ORK, Barry.
Good evening, and thanks for picking me up. Hope everybody's had a happy holiday. My tree's so fake, it's got real lights on it, so I'm in the artificial column. Appreciate you doing the net. Again, thanks for picking me up. KQ4 ORK 73 and back to net control.
Thank you, Barry. I have you down for artificial, and next up is W2BLT, Scott.
Hey, good evening. I have an artificial tree. It's a lot less work, and it looks just as good every single year. Have a great night. This is W2BLT.
Back at the bottom of my list here, we're going to take some more check-ins, but I just want to say, if you have a real tree, check in, please. Everyone has said they've had an artificial, so if you have a real tree, check in right here. Real tree, people, please check in. No one has a real tree. Anyone out there looking to join the East Coast Reflector Ethernet, please come now to call signs twice and slowly. Anyone out there looking to join the East Coast Reflector Ethernet, please come now to call signs twice and slowly. Anyone out there, we're taking check-ins. Please come now to call signs twice and slowly.
KO4QMM. KO4QMM. Kilo Juliet 7. MO.
Kilo Juliet 7, you broke up at the end there. Can I get the rest of your call?
Mike Lima Kilo. Mike Lima Kilo. MLK.
We have you, KJ7 MLK Trevor. Anyone else looking to join this round, please come now. We're taking check-ins.
Whiskey 2, Juliet Tango Charlie. Whiskey 2, Juliet Tango Charlie.
We have W2 JTC James. Let's go to the top here to KO4QMM Roger. Question of the evening is, do you have a real or artificial tree? Over to you, Roger.
Good evening, Aiden, and whoever else is there with you helping out. I got a real artificial tree, real nice artificial tree. Thought I'd just throw you there. It's a little late. Have a great evening, everybody. 3 from the Sunshine State. 4 QMM clear.
Thank you, Roger. I honestly was expecting the real artificial tree, so you didn't get me there. I was expecting it. I was like, there's going to be another one. Next up is KJ7MLK Trevor.
Didn't catch earlier what the question of the day was. Could you give that to me one more time?
The question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Back to you.
Very good. I have neither. When I was younger, we had real trees in the house, but I have neither at the moment. KJ7MLK.
Wow, that's almost a little bit like the Grinch, not trying to lie. No offense meant by the comment there, but just trying to be honest. Next up is W2 JTC James.
Whiskey 2 Juliet Tango Charlie. Well, for 70 years we had real trees, and then we finally broke down and we have an artificial one. Sorry about that. The tree farmers don't like us.
Yeah, another one down for the artificial trees. W2JTC James, thank you for stopping by. I wanted to say we did an artificial tree. Well, we used to do real trees. And actually, back in Colorado where we used to live, you could just, I don't think you could just do it like anywhere, but they had certain areas in the Rocky Mountains where you could cut down a pine tree, Christmas tree. So we would actually drive up to the mountains, and I'm not sure if it was a farm or just they had some land that was like, they just let the public come and do that, but I don't know what it was. But we'd drive up to the mountain, cut down a tree, put it on strap it to the top of the minivan, drive back down, all the way back to Denver, so always a great time when we did that. Then when we moved to New York, we started doing artificial, but the last 2 years we've gone back to the real tree. So I can honestly say I'm a purist. I do the real tree. Finally, we're back to it. I'm at the bottom of my list. This is KD2YFO. I'm taking check-ins for the East Coast Reflector Ethernet. Anyone out there?
Kilo 7 November Yankee Charlie. Kilo 7 November Yankee Charlie, Doug.
NYC Doug, we have you. Anyone else looking to join the East Coast Reflector Ethernet, please come now to call signs twice and slowly. Kilo Charlie 8, Kilo Juliet Oscar. Kilo Charlie 8, Kilo Juliet Oscar. In and out. Good evening. You do a great job. We have KC8, KJO, Thomas, in and out. Anyone else looking to join this round, please come now.
Delta 8, Delta Juliet November, KD8, GJ, and Ken, Wyoming. I'll be in and out.
KD8, GJN, Kenneth, we have you down for in and out. Anyone else, please come now. Go to the top of my list, the KK7 NYC Doug. Question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you, Doug.
Thanks for picking me up. Yes, actually I've got an artificial tree this year. Funny thing though, I was down in, a couple of years ago, I was down in Cozumel, Mexico, and there was a Christmas tree, not farm, a Christmas tree deal there where they were selling Christmas trees. And it was funny because the trees were all from Monrovia Nursery in Oregon. So it was weird that they'd imported the trees all the way from there to Cozumel, Mexico, just to sell them. But I had just a regular short artificial tree this year. So thanks for picking me up, KK7 NYC.
Doug, we have you down for artificial. We have KC8 KJO Thomas, who was in and out, and KD8 GJN Kenneth, who was also in and out. Thank you guys for stopping by, and we have you down on the log. Back at the bottom of my list, let's take some more check-ins. Anyone out there looking to join the East Coast Reflector Youthnet, please come now with your call signs twice and slowly. Station, the Kilo 7, audio was very low. Can you come back?
Kilo 7, Golf, Papa.
Kilo 7, Victor Golf Papa.
Golf, Papa.
A7 WGP Jason, we have you down. Thank you. Anyone else looking to join this round, please come now with your call signs twice and slowly.
KD2 VNU, KD2 VNU.
Right, we have KD2 VNU, Derby Dan. Anyone else looking to join this round, please come now with your call signs twice and slowly.
November 7, Tango Yankee Echo. November 7, Tango Yankee Echo.
Double get B2JPQ. Double get B2JPQ.
Kilowatt Fox 5, Whiskey Fox X-Ray, KF5, WFX.
station, KF5WFF, is that correct?
Negative, that's kilowatt, Foxtrot 5, Whiskey, Foxtrot X-ray, KF5WF X-ray. Yes, sir.
Roger, I have you, Marcus. KF5WFX. We have you. We also have WB2JPQ Dick and N7TYE Henry. Let's go to the top of this list at KK7WGP. Jason, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you.
This year, we actually don't have a tree. Last year, my daughter and I went up to Pace her tonsil up there and actually cut down a tree and brought it home. So, real tree last year. This year, we didn't do one just because of logistics and stuff. Kilo 7, Whiskey Golf, blah, blah.
Thank you, Jason. I wish I could put down real tree, but that was last year, so I'm going to have to put you down for neither. That means there are more people with no trees than there are people with real trees. KD2, VNU, Derby Dan, you're up next.
Good evening there, Hayden. This is KD2 VNU. I have to follow the path of artificial. We have allergies in the house, so we've been using artificial trees. Doing a great job as always. KD2 VNU, return it back to the net.
Thank you, Dan, for stopping by and giving us your answer. I do understand the allergies part of getting an artificial tree, but I think there's something special about cutting down a real tree and hauling it back home. Next up is N7TYE Henry.
Good evening, all. It's dark over here in Reno, Nevada, at least for half an hour now. And just got back from the hardware store, picked up a few things. And what else? I'm going to go fix a few lights and things like that. And today was a very beautiful day, probably around 50 degrees, sunny and calm, which made it feel warmer as compared to yesterday, which was overcast and breezy. It felt very chilly out. So next week it's getting colder, especially at night. So got to make sure all the hoses are empty for the night by the end of the weekend. So everybody have a happy, healthy, prosperous New Year. Back to net N7TYE.
Yeah, Henry, did you want to answer the question of the evening? Do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you.
Oh, still doing real. That's because of my other half. She likes the real thing. I'm all for the using the same tree every year, but I defer to her.
Thank you, Henry. You'll be our first real tree. Next up is WB2JPQ Dick.
Well, good evening. I guess I got to go in the artificial tree column as well. We've had a real tree up until a few years ago, and we went artificial. So, artificial column for me. This is WB2JPQ.
Thank you, Dick. I have you down with the artificial. Next up is KF5WFX Marcus.
KF5WFX. I'm a bachelor, so I'm going to have to go with no tree. No tree this year, or last year, or the year before. The last tree I did have was probably an artificial. I really don't remember. No tree. KF5WFX. That's an answer, bro.
Marcus, will put you down for no tree. I'm back at the bottom of my list. This is KD2YFO, Aiden in Whitney Point, New York, with the East Coast Reflector Usenet. We're taking check-ins. If you guys want to check in, please come down to call signs twice and slowly.
B1AFP, Whiskey 1 Alpha Foxtrot Papa.
We have W1AFP. Robert, anyone else looking to join this round, please come now.
KC1 QPL, KC1 QPL, portable.
AC1 QPL, John, we have you down. Anyone else looking to join this round, please come now. Let's go to W1AFP. Robert, question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you.
So I have an artificial tree. This is W1AFP. I have an artificial tree.
Thank you, Robert. I have you down for our artificial tree. Next up is KT1 QPL, John.
Well, good evening, sir. How are you? Merry Christmas to you, a little late. KC1 2PL. Hit a bump, wound up with a little health issue, but I'm doing okay now. For me this year, it was no, I just couldn't facilitate that. So I had no tree, but in general, it's a real tree. I don't have an artificial tree. Maybe next year. Go ahead, and thanks for...
Thank you, John. Merry Christmas to you too. And I have you down for no tree. I'm back at the bottom of my list. Let's get some check-ins in here. Anyone out there looking to join the East Coast Reflector Ethernet, please come now with your call signs twice and slowly.
For OSU, not for Ohio State University. Go Badgers.
OSU, can you come back with your full call? I didn't catch the first part.
N4 OSU, not for Ohio State University. Go Badgers.
Alright, I have you down, Jerry, and for OSU. Anyone else joining this round, please come now. Anyone else out there looking to join us, please come now with your call signs twice and slowly.
November 4, Bravo, Uniform Tango. November 4, Bravo, Uniform Tango.
For BUT, Nick, we have you. Anyone else out there looking to join us, please come now with your call signs twice and slowly.
Kilo Zulu 8, Juliet Foxtrot, KZ8JF.
Jason in Royal Oak.
AZ8JF, Jason, we have you. Let's go to the top here to N4OSU. Jerry, question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you, Jerry.
To one and all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays to all. So that's no tree. N4 OSU, we're down.
Thank you, Jerry. Merry Christmas to you too. Have you down for no tree. Next up is N4BUT, Nick.
Well, good evening. Can you repeat the question for me? I'm on a real bad internet here in the mountains in North Georgia.
Good. Question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real Christmas tree? Back to you.
Alrighty, yeah, we had artificial this year. We had a real one the year before. I'm Grayson's dad as well, and he sends his best to you guys. He's really tired this evening here on vacation and couldn't join this evening. So back to you. This is N4BUT.
Thank you. Well, wish Grayson a Merry Christmas for us, and we'll hopefully see him soon. Next up is KZ8JF, Jason.
Good evening, everyone. KZ8JF. We are artificial tree owners. Sometime back when I was a kid, back in the 80s, my mom developed a pretty serious pine tree allergy, and we switched from pine trees to artificial, and just never switched back. They're so darn convenient. So put me down for artificial. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all. Back to Ned.
Thank you, Jason, for stopping by. Merry Christmas to you, and we have you down for artificial. Back at the bottom of my list, let's take some check-ins. Anyone out there looking to join the East Coast Reflector Ethernet? We're taking check-ins. Please come now. Anyone out there looking to join the East Coast Reflector Ethernet? We're taking check-ins. This is Katie with the East Coast Reflector Ethernet, and we're taking check-ins. Anyone out there looking to join us, please come now to call signs twice and slowly.
Good evening. KJ5, Juliet Lima Bravo. KJ5, Juliet Lima Bravo. Just for a quick check-in.
Up right there real quick. First station, KJ5JLB, is that correct?
That's correct. KJ5, Juliet Lima Bravo, Chico, Texas.
Alright, I have you. And then there was another station there, but the audio wasn't very good. Would you like to try again? No, it's looking to join this round before I run it. Please come now.
Whiskey 1, Mike Whiskey Foxtrot. Whiskey 1, Mike Whiskey Foxtrot, Larry, East Bridgewater, Mass.
We have W1M, WF, Larry. Let's go to the top here to KJ5, JLB, Jeffrey. Question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real Christmas tree? Over to you, Jeff.
KJ5, Lima Bravo. Believe it or not, didn't have a Christmas tree at all this year. Just kind of was a Scrooge, I guess. Not really. Had the grandkids out, but no tree up this year.
Thank you for stopping by, Jeffrey. Merry Christmas to you. I have you down for no Christmas tree. Next up is W1MWF, Larry.
Artificial.
Thank you, Larry, for stopping by. I have you for artificial. I'm going to take the final call here because it's been a little slow. This is the final call for the Usenet. Last chance to get on. Okay, this is the final call. I heard a lot of noise, but nothing that was audible. Final call. Last chance to get on.
Net control, this is Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar, KQ4, GWO, William around Wake Forest, North Carolina, in and out, no traffic, 73s.
Station, I didn't catch any of that. Can you come back? Okay, let's go to N8DHC. Jim, question of the evening is, do you have an artificial or real tree? Over to you.
Very good, Net Control. This is an ADHC. I guess I have an artificial tree. It's made out of ceramic stuff. Always liked it. Anyway, back to Net. This is an ADHC.
Thank you, Jim. Merry Christmas to you. I'll have you down for artificial. We also had KQ4GWO, William, who was in and out. Thank you for stopping by. That's the last station of the net. We're going to close it off here. A few announcements before I go. We had a total of seconds, pretty solid numbers. 24 of you guys said you had an artificial tree. I had 6 people say they didn't have a tree, and 1 person had a real tree. So, landslide for the artificial trees. Few announcements before I go. Saturday, 9 a.m. 40 meter net at 7.245 plus or minus. Saturday evening, 11 p.m. trivia net here on the East Coast Reflector. And 8 p.m. tech net also here on the East Coast Reflector. That's all I have for you guys. This is KD2YFO 73.
KD2 Van U, KC1, 2PL portable. You still here, Dan?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Hey, I'm in Rochester. I collapsed the other day, and I'm in Mayo. Can I call you?
Sure, go ahead. KD2 venue.
Alrighty, KC1, 2PL. I'll give you a holler.
I thought that Christmas and was an old wives' tale. They still didn't behave. Good. That way they use their dick. Get hammered. Wondering if it's damn good to like to get over.
KJ5IDD.